Alliances turn to ban.
Admiral Kunkka.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Alliances turn to pick.
Monkey King.
They just get Batridered? Oh no, Alliance banned it. I was gonna say, whew. Alliance do that to a few people. S4, 22 pick Batrider. Take me that free W. Flesh into Pugna. Concerned that, you know, if this is a mid-lesh, he might have a really tough time. I kind of want to see a limp hero.
5
That
seconds.
You're thinking like limp last pick, and you give Nico the last.
No, Nico has to be the last pick, but
they go for the Slark.
Yeah.
They go for something more regular. They pick that Slark into the next, just more beef to beat into. Same goes for the Kunkka. And overall, it looks like they have the perfect win condition for themselves once again.
It's really standard drafts from both teams, and like I said, I gotta favor Alliance with it because I think they've just got better lanes, more ability to make pressure, and the Slark is annoyed by Axe, but I don't see anyone out carrying him as the game continues.
Yeah, you can even lane against him if you get a few good hits off on him. If you start well, you can just dominate the lane too, and he needs to creep skip constantly. For me, this is an outdraft by Alliance.
It feels like to win the early mid game, VP Prodigy have to like triple Alliance's kills, because to take towers, they need a successful team fight, and then they need to beat on it. To take a towers Alliance, Chen creeps maxed out, it's a dead tower. So they're gonna
So what do you guys think VP Prodigy were going for at the beginning? Because you said it was a bit funky in what you were seeing come out from them.
No, their draft looks wonky as hell. I can understand the last pick Monkey King versus the Centaur, right? It's some like in the lane, but even in the lane, until you get that level 3, it's going to be difficult. And I really don't know. I don't see the Pugna as what you're positioned for or mid. I guess it's 4 and Kunkka is mid, right? It has to be Kunkka. Position 4 Pugna used to be a thing for a week or two, but it got nerfed, and that nerf to the ward, to the nether ward, really hurt it real bad, and that's why we don't see it picked any longer.
You're just gonna get out regen, like it's just gonna be Slark.
What's this combo on the offlane Pugna plus Axe?
So real quick, give it to me. Which way are you going? I know, Carl, you're probably Alliance all the way.
All the way, yeah.
It's Alliance from the whole panel here, but we've got Toby and Lacoste standing by for the game. And guys, do you think it's all in Alliance's favor, or can you make some sense out of the madness the VPP gave us?
Well, what do you think, Lacoste? I'll go to the expert to begin with.
Oh, I definitely feel like Hulk had some good points for a change. Like they need to match how fast can Alliance play. Like they have a ton of tower damage, and it's gonna be a Pugna position 5. Grimstroke is gonna be playing 4 this game. So,
that does look
I don't believe this lane is very strong. Yeah, Pugna can harass. You know, he's a range hero, has that blast. Also, they picked Lashrak into Pugna. I want to see what kind of a skill build Pugna will go. Like, you don't necessarily need to be more greedy, put more points in Netherward. I think that's the correct play.
Yeah. Even with this nerfing, like, it's one of the easier counters against it, but we'll see how the position 5 item progression also works. How long does that Pugna remain an influence in the game? So the panel was talking about like VP Prodigy being a little all over the place with their hero pickups, but how's the lane matchups work? Like you've got Monkey, you've got Axe, you've got Kunkka. All 3 should be pretty solid in the lanes, but do they work well against this Alliance lineup, and especially the influence that's going to come from the, yes, he's playing it again, FNG Chen.
FNG Chen is just a classic. You know, I would put him up there with the Puppy Chen. It's the hero. Same goes for his Enchantress. It's the hero that he knows how to play, how to utilize it in the laning stage. I'm not a big fan of like a Monkey King last pick. This whole VP lineup relies on getting kills.
And I like how FNG just walks up to the axe and also picks up the rune from underneath his feet. Yeah. Chen for FNG is a good one.
Also, Chen got indirect buff. Like, Hedras got nerfed, Divine Favor got nerfed, but Tier 1 Tower got buffed, so you have one extra region if you're standing close to the tower. So all that heal is amplified by Hedras, and Divine Favor. So that's pretty nice.
Well, they're going to start with the harassment on FNG, and FNG start with still in the range creep. That's not the greatest start for the Pugner when he's going to get, miss the first blast and back up and lose his sentry ward as well.
FNG's trading well. Like, Hedras had a couple of tangos, and you're leaving Axe against Slark, so Slark is getting the solo XP, which you kind of want. Like, you want to get him to level 6 as fast as possible. Then it's very hard if you don't have any kind of burst damage to just, lock him down. But also it's Axe who's getting solo XP. He's about to hit level 2. Slark already at level 2. He was just thinking whether I get the Pounce, whether I get Essence Shift. And he got the first point in Dark Pact so that he can remove the Battle Hunger.
You wanted to ask about the type of build coming in from Limp in mid lane. It's not high up just yet. He's a 1-0-1 Lashrak, but it's the CS that I'm interested to see if he can stay on top of. Went for the second point up in Split Earth while on bottom lane. Okay, there's a little bit more damage coming in the Inkswell. Just trying to stay in range, Epi Kid, and he's able to do so. 2 attacks from Hanskin would have killed him off. He just waited at the 1, but he won the extra stun timing on the S4.
When you can think about this bottom lane, they have Monkey King with Orb of Venom. He's gonna keep hitting a Centaur. Do you want to keep hitting a Centaur who has Retaliate? They lower his damage with the Fade Bolt. Now when they hit level 2, they have 2 stuns. So it's not that great of a lane for Monkey King at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Were you watching?
When normally Monkey King dominates the lane.
Normally he does when he's playing against the melee heroes, but this lane from Alliance is very strong.
Pugner's been trying for the last 2.5 minutes to kill that range creep, and he is not succeeding. It's like both teams are trying to just chip away at everybody. Conquer at least get some good efficiency. X marks the spot, TP back. Already 18 for 3. Net worth, top 2 do belong to Virtus Pro, but Slark just actually takes that position. Still feels like VP Prodigy, they're getting a lot out of their lanes. Things still seem to be working for them. The influence from Chen hasn't been crippling. He's killed a courier. And that seems to be the only thing FNG can really retaliate against.
Axe is level 4. If Chen gets close, he should die. Axe, what is he bringing? Is that Boots? Yeah, so he's gonna have extra movement speed from Boots and Battle Hunger, and if Chen somehow gets close, they use the Cripify to slow him down. Chen should be dead.
Instead, Axe is doing as much damage as he can to Nico, baby. A 4-1 charge has still got a couple of tangos. Not level 6 just yet. But that's Boots and Salve also arriving in for Nico, baby. And I really want to keep my eyes up on top, mainly because Axe now starts to creep skip and they've been very aggressive VP. But on bottom lane, it feels like the safe lane of Prodigy has always been walking around on about 30% HP.
I would definitely keep an eye on the bottom lane. Both of the heroes from VPP are low.
Epic Kid's in no position to try and take that. S4. 10 retaliate stacks nicely built up. They're going to push underneath the tower, however, but S4's falling behind. In fact, he is. To check the net worth, he's about 350 behind. Lesh is also not looking too great as far as net worth.
Yeah, we see that more often. Like their mid laners have less net worth than some of the like off laners, even safe laners, because they bring a lot more region. It's just a trade battle, so you're bringing Flask, you're bringing mangoes to keep the sustain and the harassment going.
I think we're going to pick up on bottom lane. You said you want to watch it. S4 can't finish the job. All that bonus damage can't reach into Monkey King, and S4 is pretty low. Save gets back to his tier 1 tower quite safely. And all this battle started around the 5-minute bounty runes. And it'll be an easy 2-2 trade-off. No one really wants to leave the lanes that hard. DM definitely doesn't. He's too busy trying to get in there for the pull. Easy money for an axe.
Problem is, Champ can contest him.
Oh, they're gonna get bottom. S4, one more attack. Yep, that's a melee hero. That was a beautiful setup. Saved the level 2 stroke of fate, so there just wasn't enough movement speed for S4 to get out of range the boundless strike, and then it's just a walk up and hit, and that's first blood to the safe lane of
Centaur was out of mana to use the stomp, and his Flask got cancelled. Flask got those 2 extra seconds that Heisrug added in the previous patch is quite a lot.
What is this Pugna doing? He's wrapping around back behind the tower. I think he's got a TP out now, and he knows it too. Decrepify and TP. There's no stuns. So he's totally fine.
If Clark hit that pounce, he would have been dead.
A little off target.
Okay, is level 7, Lashrak level 6.5. Kanka will get the ward on a mid lane. Lash needs to be careful. Like if he uses a combo, Lash just straight up dead. And you can see already the rotation from Pugna to keep the pressure on the tower. And I mean, he's only level 1. Level Nether Blast.
Yeah, he's not going to harass anything down. Not anytime soon, at least. He can come and plant a ward. But they're walking underneath, actually, the Dire Observe ward from Alliance just a little bit further to the west on the bottom lane. So that Radiant Sentry that was planted down by Saved is just well off target. We've now gone jungle for the rest of Alliance. They bring Slark back, Limps also trying to kill off Axe, but a very wise time for DM to TP out to his tier 1 tower. He's actually coming for that 5-minute bounty rune, still there at 7 minutes.
He's just farming. It was a great call from him to go back and just farm the jungle. This is the build on Axe. You don't go for like Vanguard anymore. You want to get that Blink Dagger as soon as possible. This is a killer lineup from VPP, so they want to keep the pressure. Mid lane, you can see Pugna. He's still in the mid lane using Blast, but most importantly, he just wants to use Decrepify just to amplify the damage on Torrent and Boat. That extra 30 damage is quite a lot.
He also went on a warding mission down south, but again, like Alliance should know exactly where that Observer and Sentry has been planted because they had their own obs that was watching the maneuver. For the 8-minute bounty rune on bottom, Grimstroke still has Inkswell available. Lashrak caught out by the combination of FM, but there's no instant follow-up. Only now is the Inkswell being used. Throw back, but Limp is still being controlled up. But they don't have the damage output, and he managed to grab the double damage room for extra ball charges. Easy enough. We keep the score at 1-0, 8 minutes in.
Very defensive build on him. He went for a Bracer, had Fairy Fire and Iron Tree, so that's a lot of stats, some extra magic resistance coming out from that. Now just wants to farm the jungle. He definitely needs like a fast Yule Scepter to this game to break the combo. Once Axe gets the Blink Dagger, blinks in, lift him in the air. Axe kills the courier even without dunking.
A little too easy. It's like all these lanes for VP Prodigy. Like once again, like they're getting everything they want. Slark, you've hit level 7, but you talk about Lashrak's early items, but when does Slark start being an influence? It feels like if he joins a fight right now, he'll just end up feeding kills.
Yeah, he just wants to keep farming.
Here may be an easy pick off for Alliance. Looking for the kill over on Pugna. That's a level 3 Fade Bolt, so they have the damage to kill off the Pugna.
I feel like this Pugna is not gonna have a place in the game. It's a position 5 Pugna. He gets the point in ward right now. I believe you just want to max out the wards.
And then he may as well be a scout at bottom lane. S4, great double hoof stomp. Epic Kid was jumping into it. The Kunk is making his own way down to bottom lane. Observers and sentries see the fact that S4 is out just a little bit too far. The extra stun, they're able to do so. Full combination comes in from F and pulling S4 back into it. Combine it with the Inkswell stun, S4, no way to escape. FN finds the kill, even using the Tiebringer, the M just for some style points.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Might even be able to catch out Hanskin. The retreat away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's some blind torrents. FN so far, very good rotations, good laning stage for him.
Radiant
Going into armlet, so cheap damage, keep the pressure going.
Yeah, as long as they can keep it up. We're 3-1 on the board. Everything still feels like, as far as map control goes, like no one's easily assaulting into the other side, but you can take out the early tier 1 tower in mid lane. Fantastic timing for FN, speeding up that armlet of his. I'm fairly certain S4 look to have a rebuttal working with Chen to take out the tier 1 tower on bottom, but already Kunker is TPing down. They're not going to let it go.
It's such a great timing on Axe, Blink Dagger, 10 minutes in, Blink Phase Boots Bracer. They're ready to fight, but I think Alliance, if they don't get caught, they have a lot of sustained full mech on Chen plus Hand of God.
DM smirked up, he's in the back lines. Slark reveals himself on the front. Kunker's got full combination. X marks his body's going right on top. The blink follow-up will ensure there is an extra control factor, but no. Nika Baby backs up, Hansen gets the pickup, Netherward is down, Stampede, pushing Alliance forward for the double hoof stomp. He's able to actually claim it out, save, actually wanting to help out too, gets the silence out, so S4 couldn't get the hoof stomp out, but they get the kill. Axe and Pugna both going down, a big Tiebringer from FN, finds the spill damage they require to get S4 and Hanska, but Nico Baby battling under the Shadow Dance, battling almost under the tier 1 tower. The chase will be on both under the tier 1 tower, where FNG is being hunted by Kunker. X-Mark will now come off cooldown, so finally FN can use this combination, but he needs a couple more friends. Nico Baby still looking to fight against the Kunker, but here's the friend arriving. Epic Kid underneath the tier 1 tower, they're on it.
Sadly for Alliance, FNG did not have enough mana to cast Hand of God. I think it would keep them alive. Maybe they could have get one extra return kill. But a good initiation, man. FN. Also FN killing the, like, FNG trying to kill him. It's funny. All they need is G. Where is G? That's a good question. Where's G at?
I don't know. He retired like 2 years ago, right?
I don't know. I'll check
probably
Wikipedia.
Probably just moved into a new industry. Yeah, actually, you remember Ducky, right, from TI1? Well, the guy who didn't at TI1. Yeah. You know, he makes umbrellas now. That's his new career. Distributes them for free.
Considering how he was playing, it's an upgrade for Ducky.
Former teammate. You can crap on him.
I know he's doing something with umbrellas.
S4 up towards the air. Epic Kid's gonna stay on him. They need a little extra help. X marks spot back into the boat. Very liberal FM with his abilities. X marks spot stolen here from Hanskin, but he won't hold on to that for very long. They're pulling forward from DM. The lanes had to work well for Prodigy to get this advantage, and it seems like it really, really has. 8-3, 4K advantage, 13 minutes in. On the top 3 net worth. Yeah, Slark sniffing on the heels, but top 3 belongs to Prodigy.
VP Prodigy's heroes are very good at controlling Slark. It's not a free Slark game. We see those quite a lot where Slark doesn't even die once. But he's playing against Axe Call. You can't get out of that. There's like no real save. There's no like Shadow Demon disruption, Wyvern ulti. There's X-Mark, which Slark really hates to play into. And like you don't want to just man up against the Monkey King. Monkey King extremely farmed at the moment.
And this is what I was wondering before. Like, when does the Slark come online? Like, I only thought about it after you mentioned that Lim Okay, well, this might be a little bit draw for DM. But Limp went defensive item build. Is there a little extra help to get DM out of here? Hey, it's a nice stroke of fate for some damage, but Axe is definitely dead farming under an Observer and Sentry.
Is under attack.
Like when does Limp become a proper hero as well? This Pugna hasn't been as nerfed down as he probably would have liked it to be.
Limp needs a defensive item for himself. Going into Yule Center, I don't want to see any shenanigans, boots of travel. It's just straight up wrong. He's out of mana. He can't even kill Pugna at the moment.
Uh-huh. And if he hangs around, there's a lot of heroes coming up towards the top lane. Like, you can't kill the 5-position Pugna. And with this maneuver, it at least ensure that the 2 bounty runes on the top go to VP Prodigy, but Alliance will take the same on bottom. And add some pressure to the tier 1 tower as well.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
We'll see
is under
how much Prodigy really likes their tier 1 tower. They haven't lost a single one so far, 15 minutes into the game. With the Lashrak on the field, you expect more to fall, and then the first one will topple.
So far, Nico Baby is doing a good job just evading any kind of ganks from VPP. And getting closer to that diffusal blade. Like, Slark is a monster once he gets that item, sorry. Like, your kill potential multiplies, and I want to see if he like gets straight into BKB after. He needs to be able to take care of himself this game. There is like Chen heal mech, but Chen needs to be close, so it's kind of hard.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. I got a feeling that FNG is going to have a lot of extra time to worry about Limp instead. He's the one jumping the front lines, but Mui Hanskin, who's the one that gets caught out. Okay, Epi Kid. Well, you get the style of the Golden Dragon, but that's all you will really have. In a blink, a call DM, he actually got the grab, but Limp being pulled back in again. FN doesn't have the boat combination available, however, so S4, the Tripper fine up, at least able to get the double edge off, but the X-Mark spot pulls him back into the torrent. FNG's like, well, I'll give you the power of wind. But not the greatest airbender, and a call into all of FNG's army. He's worked so hard to build up this library, but they're all gone.
VPP's understanding of the game is really impressive. Like, pick up into objectives. Their tower damage is very limited. Pugna with only 1 Nether Blast, so I feel like he's just gonna keep that and max the other spells. They don't have the best combination. They're Grimstroke ulti, like double hunger, double suck. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. But it feels like you remember the old drafting philosophy of Godblack? Like, we're just gonna draft whatever we feel is OP, and the synergy will come from this point. That's all we have to do. So we feel like this is good. All right, we just go with this.
Well, he was not wrong, you know. Like, 2 or 3 overpowered heroes need to have some kind of synergy together.
Yep, it worked it everywhere but TI for him. Hey, if we're bringing up TI1 stuff here, history, you have to bring us some other stuff. Save, this is the greatest invis you could have ever asked for. FNG dropping Observer Ward. He doesn't have a sentry. He just needs some help. And here they come. They're already pinging out the Observer Ward boost planted. Pug's like, all right, give me free gold. Can I have a kill? Mech is out. That won't save him. But maybe it will save the Chen army once again. 3 heroes walking away. Nope, 3 heroes dying as they walk away.
Your admiral is on board.
They're still chasing Haskin. Berserker's Call stolen. It's not gonna be that great until he like gets Ether Lance or a Blink Dagger, but in this game, he does not get that much farm. Like, he's almost as poor as Pugna.
Top. Monkey King? He started the Wugongs, but S4 is just gonna stampede to the trees and get away, but that's a pretty big ulti to burn. Over 100 seconds on cooldown when Prodigy are moving in, but at the same time, Prodigy, I think, need to work on their ward game. The amount of time they've spent underneath this Observer Ward inside the Dire Jungle is ridiculous. Finally, the Sentry Wards can be planted, and they can see it. Oh, well, they can see a kill opportunity. Hanskin trying to tree dance himself away to safety. That won't happen.
So Alliance right now, they're using all the Stampedes defensively. Leshrac just farming, same goes to Slark, which means that we do not want to fight. Like, we understand how stronger they are right now. Problem is VPP don't have the best Roche taking lot. Otherwise, they would have been taken a long time ago.
FN a bit of trouble, but then again, he's in the life in from the Pug, not to mention armor toggle and the call from DM, pulling Nico Baby away from the Kunkka. Still no ship available, but Nico Baby jumping in once again. You've still got Halberd available too. But Epikip, they're just walking it off. Decrepifying and extra slow, and Torrent. Axe has gone north, so he'll end up going down to Limp. But Nico Baby really wants to try and find kills with this diffuser blade, but he hasn't got himself a target yet. Epikip's just farming up and then pouncing himself away.
Nico Baby playing so aggressively. It's a tough Slark game. You're playing against level 4 Decryptance, Halberd, and Kunkka, Cole plus X-Mark.
But he needs to make the hero work, right? And you can't just sit back and say, like, we're going to be okay. Battle for the bottom outpost. Limp, he really wanted this, but he's stunned up and stunned inside the Wukong command. Finally, he'll get towards the edge. Epikid thinking about getting out. In fact, he will, but the hand of God, Limp's getting enough life to be able to survive with the mischief. Epikid can at least dodge a little bit of this. Slark's playing the back lines at the moment, but Lafrak is finally being brought down, and Slark didn't get his target. In fact, now he's soul-bound to FNG, so FN wants to get away to safety, but nope, the Centaur stun will be there, and maybe Pugner can give him just enough life, combining with the Boundless Strike. Epikid giving enough space, but they're still trying to get him away. FN just toggle your ass off, but telling you to finally drag him back in to the kill that goes the way of Nico Baby. My God, he wanted that, but maybe not diving underneath the tier 2 tower. Called up by DM, combining with the Inkswell, they get the stun available, and then the dunk down. Nico Baby will fall, and Hanska makes a break for the trees, where he shall also go down. And VP Prodigy, my God, they did everything they could to keep the Kunkka alive, and Alliance did everything they could to kill him.
All you made. I don't
Like, Slark got decrypified, I believe, like 5 times. He was trying to cut into backlines, and VPP, they're just doing a very good job, you know, ignoring the Slark, using a couple of spells, but using the right spells to kill the supports.
Is it still enough though? Like it feels like Prodigy is still having fantastic fights, but the advantage is coming back the way of Alliance. They're getting more out of this map. Maybe not with experience, but they are with gold.
They are, and they're going for correct items. Like Centaur finished the Crimson Guard, which is gonna keep his teammates alive. A lot of physical damage. Lashrak straight into BKB. Like, he understands that he does not have a way of playing this Boots of Travel game that Lashrak loves to play. Slark going for status resistance build, which is also okay. Like, status resistance is great against Axe, against any kind of a stuns, which they have. Kunkka, the Cripify, just lower the duration of it.
They get the call. S4 once again being caught out. Can he stay alive long enough to trigger that stampede? No, he cannot. Crimson Guard only. And dead for 30 seconds. DM really making the most of every initiation he finds.
Well, maybe I was a bit wrong about this Pugna. Like, he achieved so much.
Dire's middle tower
Keeping
is under
Kunkka alive, keeping Axe alive with the Cripifies and Life Drain.
Radiant
Kunkka also has that Imp Claw, one of the better tier 2 items you can get on the hero if you're playing like
oh,
this,
Nico.
Semi-core.
Just use the
Kunkka.
Dark Pact, then gets X marked back out. Okay, you'll go into the Shadow Dance, but the full combination's being thrown his way, combining with the Silence of Save. Maybe Slark can get away with the Hand of God heal, but it's still not going to be enough. The dive comes in deeper. Epic Kid's going to beat KB. It's fresh, it's shiny, he wants to use it, and Limp will fall down underneath his own tier 3 tower. At least FNG can get away to safety, but Prodigy continue to go from one target to the next, and Fortification being burnt by Alliance.
They are playing very fast. What is Monkey going for? After BKB, going for Deso, at least that's what he has queued up, so that's going to help him out with some tower damage. They're finding kills. I think they're finding way too many kills on the map.
Is this Alliance just being out of position, or is this Prodigy making the space?
It's just they're playing so well. This Axe is getting a lot of good initiations. Kunkka also, he was involved in 16 out of 18 kills. I missed FN. I think he deserves like better team, not this one because this team is playing well, but in the past, like I don't think he played for like a good teams. Like he could always be in a better one.
He went through so many teams. He could have sent him for the primary VP squad for a while, but like you look at his history, he stood in for Gambit, he stood in for Virtus Pro. Currently, he's only listed as a stand-in for VP Prodigy too. But S4, well, you just got brought back to join the Lions. You're a fully fledged member, but you're also fully caught inside the tree line, pulled back into the X-marked torrent, but you've only brought S4 down to 50%, but all that build-up just lets DM prepare with the blade mail. Limp just murders himself. And Savior's the one who actually gets awarded the kill. Oh my god, this axe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's not stopping Nico Baby from looking for the fight. They want to try and battle under the tier 1 tower. Hunsker staying in nice and close. Starts with a Fade Bolt. X marks the spot with a torrent, just keeping Nico Baby once again out this fight. FN looking for some extra cleave damage, letting Tidebringer do its work.
They definitely need Axe to take this fight. Runes spawning, they're just gonna pick up 2 runes. There's still 2 runes on the top, and a lot of Chen creep, so someone needs to address that problem. It's gonna be Grimstroke. Grimstroke's having a very good game. Philosopher's Stone, already a 4-staff, getting Etherlands next.
Grimstroke's the same level as Pugna, and they both have big items. Like, you got a Glimmer Cape for Pugna, and all these other big items you were listing off for save.
I mean, you have save in your name, you need to build saving items.
Step lively now.
That would be appropriate.
Haste.
Lions just start to chill a little bit. They're still trying to finish the BKB on Limp. And that's taken a very long time to get there. At least FNG's managed to pick up the Greaves. Now, FNG's done a great job of always pushing in the top lane. He's just got a range creep stolen from the Radiant side sitting instead of Roshan as well. So there's no way Prodigy can do that without some warning bells going off for Alliance.
Virtus Pro Prodigy's Vapor clear is very good. You have Kanka who one-shots the wave. Monkey can easily clear it. Same goes for Axe. But I don't know, even Grimstroke.
There it is. There's the information. Observer wall is being planted, but in range. And now both seem to see the observers and sentries. And that's why you send the Chen army to do the work. Oh, the call! It's a little short. From there on DM, so maybe with the pull back and the drain, Chen's brought down before he can even use that Hand of God. The Chen army could not create enough space. It was too busy on ward mission.
Those Chen creeps just instantly die. Now it's the time to run into Roche Pit. They don't have double damage, but they have Deso on Monkey. A couple of seconds left on that DD.
At least there's been a pushback on bottom lane. S4 is now going to rejoin, but he's trying to finish up the Blink Dagger. Maybe with the damage output he's got, he can look for the tier 1 tower in mid. That's exactly what he is looking to do. 138 damage, a little bit of extra distraction. Roshan still dropping, and they won't commit for him.
My thrift reward.
Thought if you actually wanted this, you'd just keep pushing on bottom lane. Still 100 gold short of having the Blink Dagger, but picked up the Mindbreaker, which can now be transferred over to Nico Baby. Got the Titan Sliver.
He's just stacking status resistance. But they don't have the good hero that carries Mindbreaker then.
Smoke Gang's gonna find Hanskin. Easy quick little silence over on the Rubik. There's no one to save him. There's 5 heroes from Prodigy coming to the bottom lane back out again, and the line's being very clearly drawn by save. Bottom tier 1, bottom tier 2. We push this way.
I feel like Hans can die there on purpose. He's just fishing for any kind of information, and then instantly all the Alliance is just playing the top part of the map. They're getting the items. They understand that Virtus Pro Prodigy is stronger right now. They have Aegis in hands of Monkey King, who's going for Aghanim Scepter. Like Epic Kid, he's really fun.
He just walks in. He was coming in for the Observer Sentry, and now Epic Kid throws down his own strike. Remember, they don't have Conker here just yet. DM is not the one initiating. They're the ones on the retreat. And now Alliance, they check themselves before they want to go in. The X-Master spot is going to go over on Nico Baby, but S4 got the perfect tombstone, canceling FN's combination. Now Soulbind and double silence. Epic Kid's already found the kill once again over on FNG, so no big save from him, and DM, he gets the call. It keeps Limp locked inside the Wukong's command. Maybe there's some extra life. There is from the Essence Ring. That will allow Limp to be able to retreat. And Slag looking for exactly the same type of thing. S4 Tombstone, it will create some extra space. FN trying as many combinations as he can, but Alliance still looking for their own points of damage. The only hero they've killed off so far is the Pugna, and that was the very start of the mission of this fight. The mission.
What is the mission here? Nico Baby's playing so well, like going in and out of the fights and stolen boats. That's the problem. Like, it's very easy to steal it when you're playing Rubik against Kanka.
It's because you have to start with a combo, right? Like, you start with X Mark Torrent.
Step lively now.
What else can you toggle? And Nico Baby continues to get bigger and bigger. Satanic build up from him, as you're saying, is stacking up all the resistance he possibly can.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Prodigy going to try and remove one of the last remaining tier 2 towns of Alliance.
Is on board.
Check the cast range on Grimstroke.
Wait, did he just up it?
Lance Telescope level 15 talent.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What happens when he gets like the plus 650? Is going to go like halfway across the map. Even though he'll probably get the three to kill.
Yeah.
So silence is definitely the more important thing when all your items have managed to give you the same type of range as a level 20 talent.
He also has Blink Dagger queued up. I would definitely want to see something like either Aggro Scepter or Hex.
Yeah.
Just use Slark against him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hex feels a hell of a lot better.
Radiant's bottom tower
Forces Alliance to burn these BKBs the second they get hit by the Soulbind. I say burn the BKBs. There's only one that's there, and that's on the Lashrak.
This is the problem with these kind of lineups that VPP has. Like, it's so hard, even with Aegis, to siege the high ground. Like, you can throw Monkey King's bodies, they have Deso plus Orb of Destruction, but you're putting yourself in a bad spot. So you always need to like find a kill and then transfer that into a push.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pug, now let's see if you see the Observer Ward. They gave him the spider legs. Is that close enough to see the obs?
No,
I always feel like this hill is just such an odd place. The sentry's just not far enough.
Like, DM had such a great start. 10-minute phase boots, Blink Dagger, and for 22 minutes, he only farmed like Blade Mail and 3,000 gold on top of that.
He was the sacrifice, right?
He was, like, he goes in and dies.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to jump the back line, I'm going to catch 2 heroes inside of a call, they're going to do a lot of damage to themselves, and then Epic Kid comes in, or you have like FN come in and they just ensure the last hit. Simple enough.
Lively now. Your admiral is on board.
I'm trying to give space for Rubik on the bottom lane. Interesting scan. Actually did manage to ping on S4, but they'll see him anyway.
Centaur with the spider legs.
Step lively now.
Half-man smoke.
Half man, half spider.
That definitely makes logical sense. The bounce around. Oh, they found the healer once again. They would like to get a little bit more. Huntington's farming up in the bottom lane, so FNG begins his TP out. They have enough damage to kill him before that'll complete. And thanks to the fact that Epic Kid looked for the secondary kill, it means both supports of Alliance will end up going down on bottom lane. Of course, the cores of Alliance have already backed up and are still continuing their own farm game.
I feel like Alliance's game plan right now is, yeah, we're gonna do our own thing, 4 of us, and somehow Nico maybe carry us to the victory. Find a farm on the map, we're just gonna buy the time for you.
Is this the miracle approach, is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's running in towards mid. You have to get the defense up now. Jump forward. Quick little hook storm from S4, but underneath the nether wall. I don't know if Alliance really want to come close. As you see, Limp is like, I got one chance to do this. A 9-second window with my BKB where I can potentially fight. A lot of patience from Prodigy. They'll back up after taking the tier 3 tower.
53% stat resistance. SNY, Satanic, Titan Sliver. So all those stuns are cut in half.
Pretty damn good. Well, we'll put it to the test. Calls out, first stun, second stun. You've still got the greed. S4 gets the horse on forward over towards Axe. Battle Hunger was stolen, but now they get. Oh no, the fourth stun's not out just yet, but you've still got the kill on the Huntskin. But there's control, the double snuff in from Pugner, but Lashrak burns the BKB, but he's stuck inside the Wukong's command. Can't move away. DM will dunk him. S4 has the Spinal Links to get up the hill and away to safety. Oh my god, Lamp, you are not having a fun time here at all. Dead for 50 seconds without buyback available. FN ready to really force the issue.
They try to go for a Slark, but you see he's really not getting stunned, so they're just controlling the other heroes. They're gonna deal with the Slark class.
Pugner's giving the life to DM. It's like, are you ready for your jump? It's a 10-second BKB for the Axe ready to use. The mid-racks will be taken by Prodigy.
That's a lot of minus armor. Desto, Orb of Destruction, Assault Curious. That's minus 16 if my math is correct, and usually it is.
I'll trust you. You look like a trustworthy kind of guy.
Radiant are scanning.
I look like a troll, probably.
Trolls normally look very trusting. That's why you fall for their trolls.
You're a smart man, Toby.
Maybe. Then again, I actually still think you are actually a trusting person, so maybe I'm not as smart.
Maybe I'm just trolling right now, you never know.
Alright, so what's the Alliance's plan for victory here? Like, they seem to be falling further and further behind. 18,000 net worth, 23,000 experience. That's the advantage for Prodigy. Does Alliance actually have things to play with here? Does the Slark with Satanic? He's going Scardy next as well. Like, I've heard of and I've seen late game Slarks really rip apart lineups, but is this one of those games where Slark can actually 1v5? Maybe if you can remove the axe, you'll have a better chance. The stun control is pretty good. At least able to hit his stun. DM solo on life and the double solo. How is DM bugging? Finally, he is going to go down.
Buyback.
But S4 as well as Nico are both gone. Both do not have buybacks available. FNG will get caught out on his way home. Way too much damage from the Monkey King. Abyssal Blade just like owning. And is that just the game? Do they just go down mid and finish this now?
They don't know that Slark does not have buyback. That's the problem. If they did, like, they would have straight up gone for tier 4 towers. 60 seconds without Slark, minus 16. Armor on the buildings would be more than enough. Like, look at how fast they melt.
Yeah. 0 armor. Everything is negated. Limp's looking for some kind of counter push across mid. They're actually TPing back Grimstroke. So they seem to be happy with just taking the second lane of racks. Maybe look towards Roshan. Slark is still refused to buy back. And that one super range creep. Yeah, you stick with Limp. Alright, into Roche we go.
Your admiral is on board.
Very safe here by Prodigy.
I want to see if they give like either cheese or ages to Axe. He just bought back and he's very important for controlling the Slark. I mean, getting him cheese is fine, I guess. Give a monkey ages. Like, he's still not holding the cheese. Okay, he is now.
3 blades.
And he decided to walk away.
It's been a while since I saw like full damage Kunkka. He went for Daedalus Armlet.
Sorry, I don't know if you were watching that, but Nico Baby was TPing to the outpost on the south as Monkey King was springing over the top of it. A quick jump away! Epic hit actually dodges S4's initiation, and now we turn the other way. Abyssal Blade stun forward, S4 on the full retreat. Now, they're all planned down by Pugner, but they don't have the control to find S4. He just spider legs through the tree lines. Hanskin will not be so lucky to escape. Called back by the X-Mark spot and a 1k plus 8 crit. It's perfectly countered.
Monkey.
Dire's
Lively
bottom
now.
tower
Your
has
admiral
fallen.
is on board.
Nice. Oh, okay. Okay, he's got Aegis the Immortal, so he doesn't really care. They get the perfect soul bind with the double silence. Goodbye, Slark. Goodbye, S4. Goodbye, game one for Alliance. Prodigy. They took this in the lanes and they kept it throughout the mid game. And it took 39 minutes to finally break the back of Alliance here in game one.
Very aggressive lineup from VPP, and they executed it well. Like, you don't necessarily need to close out the game after the first roast, you're just building the advantage. And they were finding kills. Like, FN played amazing, same goes for Axe. Pagana did much better jobs than I expected. I did not think it's gonna work that well, but he was kiting Slark, and it was not a great